Are you a devotee of Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba? We all value the teachings of this Indian Guru. Today, Mrs. Nalini Bhatt, our beautiful hostess of Prashanti, will lead Prashanti in this month of August 2018 by speaking to you and I about the early devotees of Shri Baba. Let's see.
Love is my form, truth is my breath, bliss is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, bliss is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, bliss is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath.
We at Prashanti offer our humblest pranams at the most sacred lotus feet of Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba. Welcome brothers and sisters, this is Nalini. Previously on Prashanti, we have seen wondrous miracles by the young boy Satya while he was in Uravakonda. Among the fortunate few who accepted his divinity without a trace of skepticism and experienced these miracles firsthand was the devoted family of the local excise inspector by the name of Anjaneyalu. Anjaneyalu's son Narasimha Das and Satya were good friends. They walked to school together. Das's parents Anjaneyalu and Bhagyalakshmi came to adore Satya as their own son. Satya reciprocated their love, addressing them as Ayyagaru and Ammagaru, the endearing terms for father and mother. Since Satya's mother Ishwaramma was away from Satya in Puttaparthi, Bhagyalakshmi verily became his mother. Often Satya ate the food lovingly offered by Bhagyalakshmi. He sought her out if he needed a torn shirt to be mended or a button sewed. Satya, who never accepted anything from anyone, accepted a new set of clothes from Anjaneyalu just because it was offered with love and devotion. Every Thursday, Satya conducted bhajans at Anjaneyalu's house and worshipped the statue of Shri Shirdi Sai Baba. In a place where Shirdi Sai Baba's name was practically unheard of, where did Anjaneyalu procure a statue of Shirdi Baba? Satya had given Anjaneyalu precise instructions on finding the statue during the Lakshmi Narasimha Swami temple festival near Uravakonda. Anjaneyalu thought it was highly unlikely to find the statue there. Nevertheless, he went to the festival and voila, he found the statue exactly at the location that Satya had indicated. The bhajan sessions at Anjaneyalu's house were a thrilling experience for the people gathered. Every Thursday, Satya went to his house directly from school, took a bath, wore silk dhoti and conducted puja. The bhajans he sang in his divine voice sanctified the air. The ethereal glow on his face lighted the place. His gentle sway as he sang soothed the people. The prasadam items he plucked out of thin air and distributed to the devotees added to the ambience. After the bhajans, Satya talked privately to some people, perhaps about their problems or about spiritual matters. This was a precursor to the famous interviews in Baba's ashram, where people selected by Baba from the darshan line went into the interview room. Devotees craved for these interviews as it gave them proximity to Baba for 45 minutes to an hour or even more. Here is a clip of Baba in an interview session.
You cannot always oblige, but you can speak always obligingly. Be always happy. Happiness is union with God. There is God. Yes? Not in this world. Not in this world. Full of water in the tank, thousands of frogs. There is no water, no frog. Baba is not like this. Always with you, in you, around you. That is real Krishna. God is real Krishna. And his friends always changing. Passing clouds. Yes. Study time, many friends. After marriage, no friends.
Coming back to the bhajan sessions, on several occasions at the end of the bhajan session, after Aarti was conducted, Satya would collapse to the ground, perhaps leaving the body momentarily. Anjaneyulu would rush and put Satya on his lap and fan him to revive him. After 15 minutes or so, he would get up very exhausted. It is noteworthy that Satya instructed that the objects like pictures, idols and lockets he materialized during the bhajans be taken home immediately. The recipients were not allowed to talk about them or publicize them. Baba's disdain for publicity was evident even in his younger days. Let's watch a clip from Mr. Ted Henry's Sojourns, where Dr. Jiva Anandam, an open-heart surgeon, talks about Baba's total selfless service without hankering for publicity.
And look what he's done. He's created a university free of cost and has created thought leaders in the world. He's created a hospital system that is giving free care to the poorest people imaginable. He's given water to countless amounts of people. He does that for no real recognition. He's not doing it because he wants his name put up in billboards.
In fact, he shuns publicity. I twice asked him, can I take his name to America? And his answer was short and sweet. No, take my love, take my mission to America.
Love is selflessness and self is lovelessness, Baba said. Baba was love incarnate. Baba was selflessness personified. Thank you for watching Prashanti. Jai Sai Ram.
Life is a game, play it. Life is a challenge, meet it. Life is a dream, realize it. Life is a sacrifice, offer it. Life is love, enjoy it. This is written by Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba. Speaking of this divine leader puts us in the segment called Prashanti. Here, Prashanti will be hosted by graceful Mrs. Nalini Bhatt. This week, Nalini ji will talk to you and I about Satya writes a play. Let's take a look.
Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath.
We at Prashanti offer our humblest pranams at the most sacred lotus feet of Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba. Welcome brothers and sisters, this is Nalini. In the previous episode, we learnt about the bhajan sessions Satya held at the home of the excise inspector Anjaneyulu. Satya took immense delight not just in bhajans but also in bringing mythological stories to life through plays. Parijata Paharanam was one such play based on Lord Krishna and his wives Rukmini and Satyabhama that Satya wrote and staged at Anjaneyulu's house. The play was meant only for the family, but it was perfect with such attention to detail as though it was staged for thousands of people. It was characteristic of Baba throughout his life to carry out whatever he did very meticulously. No detail, however small, ever escaped Baba's scrutiny. In this play, Parijata Paharanam, there was a scene where Satyabhama, jealous by nature, was seething with anger at Shri Krishna, for he presented his first wife Rukmini a heavenly Parijata flower. When Krishna tried to appease her, she kicked him in the head. Satya here took the role of Satyabhama in the play. He wore Anjaneyulu's wife's sari and looked beautiful in the female role. Narasimha Das, Satya's friend Anjaneyulu's son, who played Shri Krishna, relates the incident where Satya as Satyabhama kicks him in the head. Even though it was a play, Das felt truly blessed because the divine feet had touched his head. Satya used to conduct bhajans at his brother Sheshamaraju's house also, but his cantankerous sister-in-law complained about the bhajan sessions non-stop. So Satya changed the venue to neighbor Narayan Shastri's house. Satya's teacher Tammiraju's house also was a center for bhajans. In fact, Tammiraju's house was referred to as the home of Sai miracles since devotees witnessed incredible miracles here. Even to this day, there are many houses of devotees where Baba's miracles take place. We bring you one such home. Take a look.
Welcome to Sai Sojourns. This is a most unusual story about the holy man of South India, Shri Satya Sai Baba, and more importantly, how his vibhuti, sacred ash, and other sacred objects are said to have materialized more than 70 times in the home of a Sai Baba devotee family 10,000 miles away in Ypsilanti, Michigan, America. With first-hand accounts of these experiences, Jayanti Mohan of Ypsilanti and her son Suresh, a student at the time at the University of Michigan. I've had a chance to do a brief tour of your house. We're on the second floor, and you're there for the Swami's picture. There seems to be vibhuti everywhere.
Yes.
Tell us about some of these things and when they started to materialize. And let's just begin with where we are right here in your puja room. Is a picture that has materialized rice. Is that what this?
Yes, yes.
When did this come?
This came in 2007. Suddenly we saw the vibhuti was materialized at this spot. This was the spot.
Right here in the second floor puja.
Yeah.
This is where this first materialization, this
Vibhuti.
yeah.
And one of the brother had a cell phone with him. As he was just taking the picture, we could see he was just keep saying padam padam. So we didn't know what he's talking about. And when everybody took a peek into the viewfinder, we could see Swami literally standing here, putting his one foot out with the vibhuti. Sprinkled here.
You can see Baba's body?
We did. The body we see up to here. And as he was just raising, and all of us took a look, immediately it got vanished.
But thereafter, vibhuti and other objects began to form everywhere in this three-story house.
The haldi and the vibhuti and kumkum. And most of them came out from the vibhuti and some of them from the kumkum. All these deities like Subramanya and Hanumanji, Ganesha, Krishna, and Swami's Padaka, Swami's pendants, and Swami's ring.
So these were all manifested here.
Like this one, we got nearly 20 of them. Just we kept pulling out one after another from the vibhuti. And in the basement, we are conducting the puja. And just in front of our eyes, suddenly the vibhuti just got mounted up like a tower. And from there, we took out like 50 of these kind of things and distributed to everybody. This Padaka got materialized.
And what do you do with all the vibhuti and the kumkum and the rice? And
So this vibhuti you see in this tray, this is the third time this has come to this amount. So all those ones I kept giving people. And one other thing I noticed was that Swami materialized in other deities also, in which I got the message that he is in everyone and everyone are in him.
And this is such
There
heavy
were 5
vibhuti.
patches, People started to put their fingers and take it out, but
Yes, I can see where somebody put their finger there.
Thank you for watching Prashanti. Jai Sai Ram.
One devoid of wisdom always thinks of the world, whereas the wise man always thinks of the Lord. With these 2 lines of Telugu poetry, we shall seek the depth of how Satya grants a vision of various gods to devotees. We shall view this in our well-admired segment called Prashanti. This is directed and hosted by beautiful Mrs. Nalini Bhatt.
Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, this is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath.
We at Prashanti offer our humblest pranams at the most sacred lotus feet of Bhagwan Shri Satya Sai Baba. Welcome brothers and sisters, this is Nalini. We have been bringing Baba's early devotees and their experiences on Prashanti. We'll continue with some more miracles by young Satya and the fortunate few who revelled in his glory. Baba's elder sister Venkamma recalls a glowing vision Satya revealed to her, as well as a few chosen ones like Tammiraju, Satya's teacher, and his wife. The vision was such that Venkamma herself confessed that unless one really saw it and experienced it, one would not believe it. Satya chose the auspicious day of Krishnashtami, the birthday of Lord Krishna, to reveal the vision. The venue was Tammiraju's puja room, which became the grand stage on which Satya beamed the divine vision of gods, mythological figures, events from Mahabharata, and so on for 2 whole days. Here is what Baba's sister Venkamma had to say about those visions. Satya first sat on a pitham or a pedestal and asked everyone to sit around him. He then asked them if they would like to see the visions of his previous avatars. Who would not love to see them? Of course, they all welcomed the idea in great excitement. Satya then told them, now you just watch me, like we say, sit back, relax and enjoy. Then the show began. It was beyond anyone's wildest imagination. They were looking at not Satya, but the Lord Narayana himself reclining on the waves of the Milky Ocean. Were they hallucinating? They had little time to wonder. Satya announced the next form he would reveal, then the next form, and then the next. Now he was Lord Krishna, playing beautiful flute, merrily leaning on a tree. Next minute he was Kalinga Mardana, dancing vigorously on the serpent Kalinga. And then Navanita Chora, the butter thief Balakrishna. The group watched with bated breath Radha Krishna, Lakshmi Narayana, Parvati Parameshwara, Saraswati and Brahma, Sita Rama. Then, lo and behold, it was Mohini, the beautiful damsel that Sri Mahavishnu transformed into after Amrita emerged from the ocean. Then came in succession Vamana, Parashurama and even Buddha. The group gasped when the scenes of killings of demons like Shishupala and Saindava were displayed before them. He even showed them Abhimanyu being killed treacherously by the Kauravas. The grand show ended with the beautiful form of Shri Satya Sai Baba, Satya's previous incarnation. It was as if they were witnessing a parade of scenes from a mythological movie. What a blessing, what an outpouring of grace. Satya granted this little group of devotees visions to their heart's content. Seeing their happiness, he felt happy, for Baba always said, the happiness of others is verily my food. After vividly recalling and reliving those 2 blissful days, Venkama said, how can we ever forget those shining forms so full of vitality and life that glowed before our eyes on those 2 sacred days?
Love is my form, truth is my breath, peace is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, peace is my food. Love is my form, truth is my breath, peace is my food. My life is my message, expansion is my life. My life is my message, expansion is my life. No vision for love, no season for love.
Shri Baba has granted visions of Shiva, Ardhanarishwara, Devi, Rama, Krishna, Lakshmi and so on to the fortunate devotees throughout his life. Blessed are those that basked in the divine glory. These devotees were not ordinary beings. They were all saints who for many lifetimes had yearned to be near the Lord and had done penance for lifetimes. We are fortunate to even have the desire to hear these incidents and talk about them. For as Sri Shankaracharya says in Viveka Chudamani, the 3 requisites that we need for moksha or liberation are Manushvatvam, Mumukshatvam and Mahapurusha Samshrayaha. And what do they mean? Manushvatvam is to be born as a human being. Mumukshatvam is the intense desire for liberation. Mahapurusha Samshrayaha refers to taking refuge in a great soul. Shri Baba's devotees are indeed fortunate to have all 3 requisites for climbing higher spiritually. Thank you for watching Prashanti. Jai Sai Ram.